Welcome to Salcedo Paranormal. It is Thursday, October 13th, 2022, and tonight I will be covering paranormal news. As always, you can find all the episodes of the show along with links to social media, ways to donate, and ways to contact me at the podcast page. And that is salcedoparanormal.podbean.com. That's SALSIDO paranormal.podbean.com. Always happy to hear from you all, whether you have comments or questions or topic suggestions, or if you have stories of paranormal experiences, whether they're your own or from others that you trust. Happy to either read those or have you join me on the show to talk about them. Thank you all for listening. Whether you are here for the live streams, hello everyone there, or you listen to the YouTube or podcast feeds. And I have 3 stories that I'll be talking about tonight, or 3 articles. And I've already included those in the stream chat. And of course, I will include them in the episode description on the podcast and YouTube feeds. So, this is the last regular show for the week. But again, I will, once I know for sure what's going on over the weekend, it may not be a lot, but still, once I know more about that, then I will let you all know what day I'm going to do an extra show. It'll either be tomorrow or Saturday. And we'll go from there. And then regular shows will start back up on Sunday. With more true paranormal stories from the web on Sunday, more paranormal news on Monday, more true paranormal stories on Tuesday, another comic book review show on Wednesday, and then more paranormal news on Thursday again. And of course, we're getting closer to Halloween. Again, that last weekend of the month, I have plans for hopefully some really good shows. The 29th, I will be having Michael Strange from Troubled Minds Radio on to talk with me. And then on the 30th, which is a Sunday, a regular show day, we will be doing a, not the usual true paranormal stories from the web, but a call-in show where we will talk about our favorite paranormal entertainment, paranormal fiction, anything paranormal that we like, books, movies, comic books, movies, TV shows, any of that. All of that is open. And you will all have the chance to talk with me, of course, one at a time, and that should be a fun show. And then on Halloween itself, I will have Derek, the Night Stalker, on, and we are going to talk about strange things that happened here in Michigan, paranormal, whatever we can find online to share with everyone. That's what we'll be talking about. And then also at some point, hopefully maybe in November, we'll do another episode similar to that, but with Massachusetts, where he lives. So that should be fun as well. But just to give you all a little bit of heads up, just so that you know what's coming at the end of the month, those are going to be the special shows for the best time of the year. And I'll probably mention these things again next week, and as we get closer. So, and then also there will be I'll be sharing a link in all my social media in a few days, beginning of next week. That is it will be to a podcast that I was a guest on a while ago, and that will be releasing beginning of next week. And so you all will get more details on that once it comes out. So I believe that's everything. And so with that, I will get to these stories here. They're all in the paranormal, haunted kind of ghost kind of story side of the paranormal. This first one here is from PNJ.com, which is the I believe it's Pensacola News Journal, and this article says, "Is Pensacola haunted? These 12 places might make you believe in ghosts." And so let's see here. This is excuse me. I believe this is let me see here. California, not California. Florida. I'm not sure. I didn't. I forgot to look up um where exactly this is at. But so let's see here. Maybe it'll say more in the article. But so the first place they mention here in this article is the Pensacola Lighthouse. Apparently, it's been featured on TV shows, and let's see here. It mentions that there was before this lighthouse was closed to the public. There used to be night tours, and people would hear stories of some of the visitors, some of the spirits. Let me see here. So, looking at more of this here. So there's just general reports, I guess, of hauntings there. I'm looking for specific things here. Okay. So this next location they're talking about is Fort Barrancas and Fort Pickens. And these are at this naval station that is not far from the lighthouse. It says that many of the spirits that are said to be there, the Fort Pickens are the spirits there are said to be Native Americans, and but either way, I'm not sure how they know that, but there have been reports of whispers and conversations. It says people have also reported strong emotions apparently when next to a section of a wall that was blown away and a explosion of gunpowder. So let's see here. The next one here they talk about, I'll just let me look and see where more of this is here. Or what else is here. Looking at this. There's a lot of places in this list here. But so I'll just go over a couple more. But let's see here. I lost my spot. Hang on one moment. But let's see here. Almost there. Okay. The next location is the Sanger Theater. And this was apparently it was also known as the Great Dame of Palafox, which was built in 1925. And of course, as it mentions here in the article, and it seems to be the case, many theaters appear to have activity in them, whether it's voices or apparitions. So it's that does seem to be common in theaters. So they're talking about a couple different cemeteries here, and where, let's see here, there have been reports of apparitions there, voices, and strange lights. So a lot of activity here in this one area. I do feel like no matter where you go, if you look around hard enough, you'll find stories of activity in a location. So, yeah, let me just look up here one thing real quick, and I'll let you know what about this real quick for sure. But yeah, so neat article there. So yeah, I'm pretty sure at this point, looks like it is Florida. So neat article there with a lot of places. Again, I left some of them open for you all to check out for yourselves. And so I can go on to the next article here. So, again, this is, let's see here. This next one is from a website. I didn't know, I'm surprised that this actually worked. But the website is boston.com. And the article says Salem didn't make the list of most haunted Massachusetts towns, but these did. Again, this goes back to these kinds of lists. I think they're good to look at to see what's out there, but I don't know that I place I totally how do I say this? I think that this can change from one kind of poll or study or other to the next because of activity changing and because unless you examine, I mean, I think it's just hard to say any place is the most haunted place anywhere. But that's just a personal opinion. And so let me see here. Now this is talking about towns. So this isn't just one building. And this mentions here, of course, Salem is most well known for the Salem witch trials, which is why, of course, it's always included as a haunted location. But these other towns in the state, maybe I should have actually saved this for Derek. Actually, that's kind of funny. Oh well, it'll still work. So these towns, this study was made based on from data taken by Bet Massachusetts, which I guess is a website. And it's supposed to be the list is supposed to contain the towns that have the highest reported number of ghost sightings. So the number one on the list is apparently Lowell, with 59 sightings, and mentions 6 locations in the town, including an old cotton mill. Of course, the further back you go in time, the more dangerous mills and factories could be, so that many people have been injured and or killed there. So I'm sure that's similar to that. And then also auditoriums, again, going back to theaters. So that's the first one they mention here. Let me see here. So the other 2 most haunted areas in the state, as far as the top 3, are New Bedford and North Attleboro, with 54 and 23 sightings, respectively. Mentions that New Bedford was the setting for a so it's been featured in paranormal reality shows, and so let's see here, and then North Attleboro, it mentions here, have people there have reported a mysterious red-headed hitchhiker, but when drivers stop to pick him up, he disappears. So there's the variant on the usual woman in white vanishing hitchhiker sort of thing. And mentions a couple other towns where there's activity. So let's see here. So yeah, neat little article talking about locations that are said to be haunted and ranking them and mentioning different paranormal reality shows and places to go. So check out the rest of the article for more details and go from there. Also, with these articles, there's always pictures, so definitely recommend checking them out for that as well. So let me get to this last one here. This last article is a little bit different because it's not directly about places. It's you'll see when I read the title here. This is from cracked.com. That's cracked.com. And this is the title of this article is 15 famous ghosts to get freaked out by. And so I thought this was kind of neat in a way. This is just talking about famous legends and or ghost stories from throughout the past. And let's see here. I'm trying to see here if it's ranked or not. I mean, it has them in a list here, but doesn't really have to say how they're listed. So I'm gonna just go through here and see if there's any I don't recognize, and maybe I'll feature those. There's plenty in here that are fairly well known, such as the Bell Witch, Resurrection Mary. Again, I covered that a little while back in another show. A spirit at a cemetery. And let's see here. I think I have to. The reader mode is not going to work, so I gotta get out of that. Okay. Looking at here. The next one. Let's see what the next one is. So, next is now the Flying Dutchman. I have heard of that, but I haven't looked into this too much. But this has been used. Let's see here. So it mentions that the this is a ghost ship, and that's where I've heard of it before. It mentions that according to legends, Captain, I don't even know how to say that name exactly. This captain and his crew were caught in a storm, but he refused to take shelter, and so instead of let's see here. I don't even. They're confusing me here. So so the ship sunk due to the storm, but it mentions that the reports have been there have been reports of seeing the ship all throughout the area. Let's see here. Let's look at this here. Okay. Huh. Now it wants you to click on something. I don't really want to. So, let me see. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's going down. It's still going down. I was worried they were going to make me click on things and so the next one they mentioned the Amityville house. Now this is odd. I mean, I'm guessing they're talking about they say the DeFeo family, but I'm guessing they're meaning whatever was going on there after that. Here's what I haven't heard of: the Gray Man of Pawleys Island. Let me look into this. So, this is this apparition is known as the Faceless Gray Man. He's said to wander this island that shares his last name, which is Pawley, in South Carolina. And this apparition is known. Let me see here. Known to be good luck to the area. Apparently, this is actually nice in a way. It's he's almost like a good luck charm kind of story, which is really weird. So okay, so the apparently how he passed away was he and his horse were caught in a marsh, and that led to his passing. And so the legend goes that he helps travelers and keeps them safe. I'm guessing here. That's a neat one in a way. Had never heard of that one before. Let's see here. So this one here is known as the Brown Lady. I'm guessing they mean the clothing. And so this is an apparition that haunts Rainham Hall in Norfolk. Um, and so this is apparently a picture was taken of an apparition at one point in 1936. So, and they believe this is kind of where the story gets its. People say that this is proof that there was an apparition there. Again, the fact that it's from that far back, at least it means it's maybe not as easy to fake, but there still can be errors in pictures and everything else. And I believe I've heard before were other ways of faking things, even in the early days of photography. So that's the first 6 on this list here, and I think I will leave the rest for you all to check out. And there's some other ones here I haven't heard of, so let's see here. Yeah, I think we'll leave that there. But neat article, and definitely recommend everyone check it out and read the rest of it. So that's it for today. Some neat articles there, and for this time of year, I do like these looks into these things. I don't know how much I believe in these places being more or less having more or less activity than any other place in general. I think a lot of that can depend on many variables. And then, of course, is that what time period do they mean? Is that currently? Is that in the past? But it's still good to look at those articles and check out all those places. So thank you all for listening. And I'll be back either tomorrow or Saturday with the bonus episode. And then back on Sunday with the next regular show. So until this weekend, when I talk to you in the next episode, take care. And thank you for listening to Salcedo Paranormal.